Hey gang, welcome back. It is I, Dr. Bosky. Dimitri, thank you so much for turning around the concepts. So we're exploring concepts for what we're calling our Riot mech, basically. It's kind of like a mechanized, can deal with all kinds of crazy shit, keep the populace in check, mechanized mech. Can I say mech any more times? We have a prototype concept in the game, and now we're kind of going through and starting our design language for things like this. There's going to be a lot of mechs in Interstellar 2. So I'll just give us a second here just to kind of drink this in. In general, I'm a big sucker for where we're going to see energy and kind of plasma. We got these kind of like flame jet boots, these plasma jet boots, which would be cool. And then the mechs themselves have this Riot shield. And I guess I could probably show these guys look like in game real quick. Yeah, it's super exciting. Okay, let's see. Where am I at? Who am I? I'm in the enemy room. That's a good place. Go up to play. All right, I don't need to save anything. Off you go. But these are these guys here. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So we have these guys here. And the cool part about them is that they have this Riot shield, so they kind of eat up a lot of space, and they're melee, so they're a little beefier, a little bulky, and then we can kind of tune what some of that gameplay will look like, I think, which I'm really excited about. These are very similar to the Hell Taskmasters in Interstellar 1, although the main thing is they're bigger. So there's gonna be a bit more giantism, I think, which is something I learned that I really enjoyed from Interstellar 1. Like, these guys aren't crazy, but I mean, if you take a look comparatively, like Mr. Dr. Bosky is, like he comes up to like their torso, right? So, which is really very interesting. So let's take a look. I can do a better comparison. Bloop, there we go. So yeah, I mean, fine. Having a squadron of these dudes like deployed and eating up a lot of space on screen, and being dangerous in that respect. They've got these energy chain swords, which can be switched into like plasma batons or something like that. You just never know when you need to cut down, craziness. So anyways, I digress. So that's the concept we're looking at here. And then let's finish drinking these guys in. I know I'm all over the place here. So let's see. Yeah, so you can kind of see how these guys are shaping up, which is super, super cool. And this is just us ideating, kind of figuring out the things that we like between us, and this is how we do our art reviews. And it's been kind of fun to sit down, especially with all the new day job stuff, to come down and sit down after a long week and then just be able to see, where are we at with all this cool stuff. Okay, so now let's jump into it. Come on. There we go. All right. Okay. So, and I'll post this image for us like I would normally. So I think out of this guy here, so I kind of liked some of the exploration here, but I definitely enjoy the plasma flame boots. They're basically very similar between the two concepts here. I kind of like these hoses here, which are these like tubule things. I'm not a huge fan of kind of what's going on with the chest here. I think in a lot of ways our chests are maybe they're not quite as barrel chested, so for being in a mech suit. Up here, I really enjoyed. I'm a big sucker for like these like eye sensor, like we can make them red, which would be cool, or purple, or like vividly green, probably purple. It depends on how we do the accents for coloring, but that I'm getting ahead of myself. But I think here, kind of giving this sense that you have, multiple eye camera sensors that can, give you a really increased visual spectrum and peripherals. So super, super cool there. Honorable mention, I also did enjoy, I think kind of like the plasma, they're almost like plasma claws here, or like plasma swords maybe. So down here, I really enjoyed this shape way more than I thought. I also enjoy that it's going to be like, it's like this, it's like almost like in order to power these crazy like keepers of the peace weapons, we're going to need a big energy source. So we're going kind of heavy on the backside of that. You can see from the I'll come back to the concept we have in the game for a second. But I also enjoyed, I think, this helmet shape a little bit more. I like that it's a little bit a little more elongated. We'll talk more about that in a bit here. I kind of enjoyed some of the lining, what we've got going on there. So that's definitely worth exploring. I'm a big sucker for these like power lines. We kind of have them a little bit here as well. They kind of just break up a chunk of what the mech suit gear is going to look like. So obviously, you know how I feel about the plasma energy sword thing, chainsaw thing. So that'll be cool. I enjoyed, I think the here it's a little bit more forward in terms of like the curvature of this kind of carapace, the torso armor here. We also have some really interesting like shape stuff kind of going on here with like these hydraulics or like these pistons or so like whatever they are, but I enjoy that visual noise a little bit, so I think we should lean into that. You've got these accents on the like the calves, which I kind of really enjoy. Again, kind of coming with this power theme thing. And then over on the shield side, man, I really liked the shield here. Especially I can already see us having like these like in our form, like these can be like caution like tape. Like these are the shields to say, hey, get away, right? Like this is, you know, keepers of the peace. It's a bit of a loose term, but and I can already see like the arrows, like what we did in Interstellar 1, kind of doing this kind of like holographic hologram kind of projection thing from the shield itself. Really enjoyed the shape of the shield. It's got kind of this it's kind of like beetle carapace kind of look to it. There's a better word for it. Was it I gotta think about it. It's 1 second, let me find. Yes. So the word I was looking for is scarabs. Totally reminds me of kind of the scarab kind of carapace thing, which I'm really enjoying. And then over here, I think also, so I like the idea that you have this, you know, like you have this screen or you have this material that in case the screens fail, you can see through. Again, these guys are kind of like keepers of the peace, right? They wind up dealing with a lot of badasses. Sometimes things need to get dismantled when you're dealing with a lot of machinery and in a cyberpunk world, right? And then I also liked, I'll let you decide, Dimitri, if, how much you like this, but I kind of like the line accents. I don't necessarily need to have the shape, but the line accents were kind of neat. Maybe we could work, and it might be too noisy, so it's not a huge deal if it's not. But I felt like there might be something else we could do kind of on to kind of bring a little bit of this influence over into this, a little bit of this influence over into this. It might become too noisy, but let's remix it a bit and just see where it goes. I'm not super tied. And then kind of coming back to where we started a lot of this. So I think a few things that I liked here about this is that we have this like, let's see. Get up to the top. Why don't you? There we go. So I really like I like this kind of integrated design of the energy pack into the helmet as well. So, and I think that's partially mostly like this here. You know, maybe it's too much, but I think it's still worth kind of, let's do a rinse and wash with that in mind. Also, I think, you know, here, you know, and this is also in the detailing. So I know we're still in shapes, but I like these kind of like, I don't know, these like functional form bits. Like this might be a display or an interlocking like mechanism for fluid transfer. And then I like in general with this here, I kind of like the segmentation, like the nice fine lining. Again, we'll get this into lining, but just something to keep in mind before we get to that. But I really enjoy kind of like how like the lines also suggest pieces of functionality working together, right? So it's kind of like almost like modules, compartments for where where some of the technology is in case you have to like, maintain these aspects of the suit or replace them, that type of stuff. And you can kind of see that kind of carried through here as well. And then what else? I think we talked about that. And then I think we talked about last time too. So I think here there's stuff happening in the legs that I really enjoy from this suit that I haven't quite seen in our own explorations. And I think what that is that I kind of like this, like it's almost like, go back to the top layer. It's almost like hello layer. Hello layer. There we go. Man, I am just, today, Photoshop is not my friend. All right. So I like that we have this kind of like darker, like interlocking mechanisms that kind of also provide this slightly underlayer of segmentation between like the knee pad bits, right? And then kind of the underlocking, like it's almost like a softer material where the hard surfaces and the softer surfaces kind of come together. And I think that some of that is going to be in coloration. Some of that's going to be in fine detail lining, of course. Some of that's in shading. You know way better than I in that respect. So, but I thought I would point that out, that I think that we're not quite there with some of our designs, especially on the feet. And so, like for instance, yeah. So for instance, I mean, you can see it also here, right? Kind of here. And then I think I'm enjoying a lot of these kind of hard shapes that like came out of my own exploration, kind of generating with that, you know. And then I also really am enjoying the, you know, here we kind of have like this like calf extender, you know, on this shape itself as well, which I like. I kind of just, it's physically appealing to me. And then I really enjoy these, like, I don't know, these like these, they're like pistons. I'm not entirely sure what to call them, right? But it's a lot of fun, I think. I like that when I see them that they're, wow, geez, man, come on, get to the layer, hit the button. All right. I like that, you know, like some of those are lit, right? They kind of have this like energy sort of powered assisted servo kind of functionality, which I'm really enjoying. And, you know, like I think one of the things that the suit does really well from this particular concept is that it kind of brings those elements together. It also kind of reminds me, and this is, maybe gives me Ghost in the Shell vibes, but like, you know, if you were to hang these suits up on racks, they would attach through some of these nodules to then, you know, do, I don't know, to do data monitoring, to do you know, like service functionality, things like that as well. And I think, you know, and I'm taking a look at it again here, and I think something else that I'd like to see us kind of carry through a little bit more is like, I think they do a good job kind of, I mean, I did this with AI, so whatever, but wherever it was inspired from. But I kind of like this idea of, you know, like these vents, not a ton, but like some vents on the suits and things like that. So yeah, I think that's it. Looking forward to us hanging out tomorrow and doing a review of this, and I'll get this video up for you. All right. Thanks, everybody.